loved our interaction at the gallery because I
Yeah,
remember,
it was, I think, in 2019.
I know it was a while ago.
Yeah, and and I was so happy. I had just started selling at that point of time, and your words were so encouraging. You encouraged me to continue painting more florals, and I couldn't thank you enough. Like that really was a morale booster for me, and I'm so glad that you were there to support.
You know, that's the thing. When you're starting out, you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Like, I like to do this and
Yeah.
that, and then when somebody else just takes a look at your stuff and says, your work is actually really good,
Yeah.
and you just keep going with keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
always encouraging to have that community support to, to hear that words of encouragement and someone who can tell you, like, yeah, you're on the right path.
yes, well, your florals were so charming. They were just beautifully
Thank you.
painted and so delicate, and the colors that you were using, they were just right. Very impressionistic style and very relatable.
Thank you. Thank you
A
so
lot of
much.
people, yeah, a lot of people can connect with it. Yeah, so let me give you a rundown how this is how this interview is going to go.
Yeah,
So
I'm a little
yeah,
nervous too. It's my first time, giving any formal kind of interview. So, but I'm excited too.
that's okay. Everybody gets camera shy, and so here's what we're gonna do. Um, First, I will introduce you, and it's just going to be more of an informal chat. While we will be mostly talking about um, your experience on different platforms. Just I'm not asking you to uh, give me numbers or anything. Just kind of tell me what works better.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah,
um, what.
absolutely.
Yes, what you have been loving, or what is absolutely not fruitful at all. you know.
I would be happy to share whatever experience or knowledge I have
Yes.
gained in this past couple of years. I would be happy to share with you.
Yes, yeah, and I love your ornaments, and I've actually have noticed that you have been selling them at an actual retail store. What's the
Yeah.
name of the store?
So it's Make Apothecary. So I came in contact with them through Bottle Art Walks. So I was one of the participant artists there. So uh, she is wonderful. The owner, Emily, she's really wonderful. So she suggested like if I would be willing to do a pop-up shop there. So I did a pop-up shop there, and so she liked the ornaments, and she asked if I want to keep them there for the Christmas season. So couldn't be happier for that. So I have my Christmas ornaments there on sale in a physical store, which is very exciting. And I have my paintings as well. That was again through Bottle Artwork in First and Main. It's a furniture store here in Bottle.
Yeah,
So they have some of my paintings there as well. So it's exciting
it's
to have,
great.
yeah,
Yeah,
to have
for
my
interest.
stuff in retail stores.
Yeah, furniture stores is one of the few places that is a good place to have your art, for
Yeah,
sale.
yeah,
Not every place where where you think, oh, I can exhibit it at the restaurant, or I can go and exhibit it at the dentistry place, or so. There is a rhyme and reason for where it sells and where it doesn't.
yeah, yeah,
Because when people are coming to the furniture store, they're trying to update their interior.
exactly. Yeah,
And if they're buying a new couch and they see that this painting really goes well with this couch, and they
absolutely.
already love it there, and they will just grab it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the restaurants, though, people are mostly
into food.
yes, they're mostly eating, they're mostly just hanging out, and there's, very little chance that your art will sell there, only just, purely for the reason of why the customer is there.
Right.
Same thing for dentistries,
So
like not.
I experimented with showcasing my work in coffee shops too. So I still have my work in coffee shop, but I realized like early on that originals don't sell well in coffee shop for the reason that you're saying, that people don't come here with that mindset. But prints, yes, they sell like once in a while, like because it's something which is cheap, impulse buys. So for the price of maybe a cup of coffee and a
Yes.
snack, so people are willing to buy it if
Yeah.
they can relate to it.
That's a very good point, because the price point, like if I were to put a $5,000 piece of artwork
Exactly.
in a coffee shop, or even if at a fancy restaurant, I most likely it will never sell, even if people who come in there have the money to buy it, because they're just not there for to drop that kind of cash on art. But different venues that would be appropriate for that kind of buyer and for what that kind of price points are, golf clubs would be better venue. And more like a pop-up art show for for that kind of stuff. So tell me what's going on with your Pinterest account. It looks really nice with your ornaments there.
Yeah, so Pinterest has been like, I've been getting a lot of traffic on Pinterest. It's all organic traffic. I was approached by Pinterest, like somebody from Pinterest approached me that if I want to do paid advertising. So I haven't done that so far, because what I have realized with Pinterest there, yes, I do get a lot of traffic to my website, but not as many sales as far. So that's why I'm contemplating whether I need to go that route just to get the traffic, because I'm already with organic pins that I create. I get traffic, people save it. But I might try maybe in 2023 just to see if that traffic would advertising do something different? Would it have a different targeted audience? I might try, or we'll see. But right now, yes, I'm happy with the amount of traffic I get on my website. People save a lot. Maybe it's more artists who are visiting. They are saving for their inspiration. But it's good. It's good to kind of get that flow.
Yeah. So what's your type or target word for your pin?
So for my pin, what I feel is like when you create a pin, you need to create an elongated pin. It should be well photographed, bright pictures. I have realized flowers do really well with the pin because they are colorful, eye-catching, and if you have a text on top of it, that helps actually. Initially, I used to think maybe, not distracting, clear pin, but I have realized over time that all the pins that do well mostly have some kind of text written on top of it. And then I don't do a lot of hashtags on Pinterest because I think it's more visual, and I'm really not sure how algorithms of Pinterest work, whether they go by the hashtag or not. So it's mainly I just use 2-3 here and there, or sometimes whenever I pin from my website, so it picks up all those keywords directly on the pin that I create. So that helps.
Yes,
so
that's
mostly
great.
Mostly when you click, it would show you some drop down would come showing how many pins are there. So I try not to pick like too popular pins, but maybe something which is like trending, but still not too many pins on that. So have to find that fine balance between not so popular and not so non-popular.
That's a great strategy because you don't want to get.
Yeah, you don't want to get lost in it, but
Yes,
you definitely want to be found as well. So
yeah,
same with Instagram as well. Like you don't want to use very popular hashtags, but you don't want to use like hashtags which are just like for yourself. So
yeah,
there has to be a fine balance.
yeah, yeah. When you're doing niche art, which we all are doing some sort of niche art, um, there is. I think it's totally okay to throw your name into the big stack because you're
Yeah,
allowed to put so many hashtags on your post
absolutely.
for real. But it is more important to you know to list all your niche hashtags, like for you would be floral painting, or
Yeah,
floral hand painted
yeah.
ornament, and or collector's item or something like that.
So you have to think like if you are searching for a painting, what would you put in it? Like for somebody who is not an artist, what would they be searching for? Like so that way you need to think
Yeah.
about the hashtags in those terms rather than going with the popular artist of Instagram. Nobody is going to search artist for
Yes.
Instagram if they are looking for a painting.
That's
So
that's true.
that's the
Or
thing.
art of the day.
Yeah, no one is going to search that. If I'm looking for a painting for my home, I would be looking for a small canvas painting or painting of flowers or something like that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to search artist of the day or art of the day.
Yes. Yeah, that's so true. We as content creators, as we're
Yeah,
trying to promote and get ourselves out there more, even though we're, our biggest desire is just to just hide and only show our hands or brushes or the side
tell
of
me
our
about it.
face.
I'm such an introvert. I still struggle with showing my face there. I know I should be putting myself out there, showcasing my work, my story, myself, but that's okay. I feel we all are different, and I don't have to be somebody else to sell my work. I can be myself and still do well.
That's exactly the approach that I'm going with, and I recommend, because you end up feeling very uncomfortable in the photo if you're pushing yourself too hard.
Yeah,
It takes,
exactly.
yes,
So it's that's what happens like when I am putting a wrong kind of, if I put pressure on myself of, I have to show my face, I psych up myself, then I would not feel comfortable going on it like for a week, 10 days. That's not good energy. So you need to feel comfortable with yourself, whatever you feel comfortable sharing with the world. If you feel comfortable sharing your vulnerable stories, go ahead, do that. But if you're not comfortable, do that.
yeah. Uh, um, I have a technique that I use. So usually, whenever I have some kind of big thing that has come up, some big event, or I'm doing a gallery showing or an art show or or something high profile, I usually get so shy. It's like I just cannot possibly put this out there because it's me doing something big, and so I get just absolutely like, it's paralyzing, and I
Yeah.
know that the stuff that the photographer took, the photos are so good. They're so good, and I'm looking at all of them, I'm like, those are priceless. Everything, and I turned out so great, and this is going to get me to the next level, and to higher price ranges and more buyers and more clients, but I just cannot bring myself to
I
put it
can totally
anywhere.
relate to that. I can totally
you
relate to
know
what you're saying. I'm the same.
Yeah, so here's what I do. Instead of forcing it, I
Yeah.
say, okay, I have it. It's
Mhm.
going to be very helpful for me. I
Yeah.
just need to be mindful and think where exactly I will be posting it and how, so that it is it so that it is the most powerful and gives me the most effect. The gives me the most bang for my for my buck that I paid for a professional photographer. The best possible way for me to to showcase myself. And so I allow myself to sit on those photos.
Yeah.
And, at first I thought, oh, I'm wasting my time. Oh, I'm freaking out about, oh, I have all these great photos and I'm not doing anything with them. I'm just, it's just not a good use of the resource. And, and I would have that anxiety over it. And then I would just say to myself, it's okay. Just think about it and calm down. Let the hype come down inside. And then you can think about it and it will come to you exactly where it needs to be. You will be placing it in just the right places, because you know what? The people who will be seeing your posts, they don't know when this happened.
Right. That's so true.
It doesn't need to be breaking news each time.
Absolutely.
And I would actually prefer it not to be breaking news, because I'm a very private person. I don't want anybody to know what I'm doing at this exact moment at any time.
Same with me.
I just kind of I just want to do my own thing, and then when I'm ready, I will post it. And
Absolutely.
This happened a year ago, and I'm just posting it because I finally found the courage to do it.
So relatable. I mean, I am the same way. So what I sometimes find is like it's easier to share in my stories, because that I feel is like selected people see it and they are there only for 24 hours. So if I'm not super comfortable with something, I just share it there.
Yeah, there are different ways, definitely different ways to kind of get yourself comfortable with.
Yes.
So showing a little bit.
You feel, most comfortable doing, and just be your authentic self. You don't have to be somebody else to get that success, because everyone's success path is also very different from yours.
Absolutely. That is so true. So on the Empowered Artists website, as I was creating the whole thing and the whole space and the community, I was thinking to myself, okay, well, there's so many of us, and each one has their own unique vision. Very unique idea of what their success would look like.
Exactly.
Because some people would love to travel, and some people would love nothing more than just be in their in their space and never show yourself to anywhere. Just be comfortable.
That's the beauty of being a creative.
Yes,
we can all be successful in our own ways, and we don't have to have that competition. It's a community spirit that you can grow with.
Yes, yeah, and I that's what I'm trying to pull out of each person. What is your vision of success? Because this is what will drive your path. Once you know what you want, like all the pieces kind of just start falling into place. And it's like you're just making a wish and blowing it into the wind, and it will come true, as long as you keep yourself pointed into this direction and make, these intentional steps and work towards it. You don't need to have your full energy and focus on it, but if you can, it will happen faster. But you just need to kind of pluck away at it. It's really
Yeah.
just like,
Sometimes you need to, explore, experiment, try a few different things. Because when I started on this journey, I always thought, selling my art is the thing that I want. But the more I have been in this field, the more avenues that have opened. I took few classes as well where I was teaching. Initially, when I started on this journey, it was very intimidating. I never thought like I could go into that. I never thought as an aspiration. But after taking a couple of doing some workshops, I actually enjoyed that, and I would like to continue doing that part as well. And
yeah.
partnering with uh, companies, partnering with interior designers would also be really great. Like I would love to do more of those, and licensing with some big companies in future. That's also one thing that I would like to explore.
Yeah, there's some
So
artists
I'm
who
not
are
limiting
yeah,
myself as yet that
you know
this is what my only path is. So I am still exploring and open and ready to receive whatever new insights or new opportunities that come my way.
that's great that you have a very clear vision, because I think I think all of the checkpoints that you've got, they will come true because your work is strong and you're consistent, and just you can do other things. Just keep your vision alive and keep working on it. That's
Thank you.
the main life force that drives
Yeah,
each one. Just and look for opportunities, look for a small little signs
yeah.
that this door has opened, or just and keep
So that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping myself open to all possibilities, all the doors. And for a long time, to be honest, I was really concerned that I don't have, that artistic voice. I'm creating landscapes, I'm creating florals, now I'm venturing into abstract. Nobody would take me as a serious artist. But these are the stories that we tell ourselves. So whatever is coming from my hand is my artistic voice. Nobody can paint like me. It's like I feel it's like handwriting. Whatever I create, whether it's flowers or landscape or abstract, it still is my artistic voice. So I don't have to, venture into finding something. It's coming to me. The more I paint, the more I do,
mhm.
it's with me.
I think you found your artistic voice. It's very distinct and so beautiful, and the gentle pastel colors that you bring into each piece, and your style is very recognizable. So
Thank you.
yeah, I
It means a
heard
lot.
about you finding your voice. I think you got it. Yeah. So I have a question about Facebook business page. So I saw you have
Yeah.
a very nice Facebook business page, and you've got reviews there, and good following, and so Facebook business page is like the main pain point for most business owners, not just artists.
Yeah. So I am fortunate. So most of the Facebook business page that I have is from the local community. So, and it's really helpful. Like on Instagram, when I post about local events, I don't get much traction. But so that's why different communities or different pages or different social media, I have
Mm-hmm.
kind of different clients who interact. So Facebook is super helpful with local community events in the locals, and I have like interacted with a lot of real estate clients
Mm-hmm.
who uh, keep coming back every year for these customized ornaments and paintings, and they are super generous with leaving reviews as well.
That's great.
Not everybody, if I would ask them to leave a review, they would, but I am really grateful for some of those people and some of my other collectors who've been collecting with me like for some amount of time and they keep coming back. So those are the one who, leave such good reviews and
Yeah, because you are not really selling a painting. You are selling your love for what you do wrapped in a canvas and paint. It
yeah.
shows, and there is a reason why we're successful in our niches, and wherever a door opens, you just get super excited because you have this love for creating something beautiful, for bringing more beauty into the world, and it just takes shape of a painting or an ornament, or a custom project or a commission piece. And it really is a love that we're selling, not the not something tangible, because it's they're giving us money willingly
Yeah, I'm
and
not, that's why
gladly.
I'm saying, like, I'm not putting myself in one box, like, I'm going to paint really large paintings. I paint like large paintings like this size to those small ornaments, and each one I put in equal amount of love and effort. Like, in painting those small 3-inch ornaments, the amount of energy and effort and love that I put in is same as I do with the bigger paintings. So
Yeah, yeah.
I like doing everything.
That's it's called diversification, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In a
I
way.
cannot imagine myself painting like those tiny ornaments all year round, like uh, be that ornament painting person 24/7, like
Mhm.
365 days. But I like it, like for the holiday season, I totally enjoy doing that.
Well, so I actually had one more question for you, and it was um, when you create your artworks, when you create a series, or when you create collection of ornaments, uh, do you usually choose a theme? Do you just kind of like get an idea for what you would like to create next?
So mostly
Or
I start
yeah.
with an idea, and then I let it unfold. I'm not too strict about, plan or do thumbnails or everything. I've seen many artists, and I sometimes wish I could be like them, but I cannot be tied to that strict color palette or strict um, composition or whatever you may want to call it. I just have a general idea to begin with, and then I
Mhm.
just let it unfold and flow, go with the flow. So that works better for my energy.
And it shows in your style as well. It's very light and free hand. It kind of it really flows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all I had for you. So this concludes our interview.
Thank you
it
so
was
much.
it was so nice to see you again, and it just
Same here.
brought
I'm so happy to
so
connect
much
with you.
so much joy. Just to see you again, to see how much you've progressed and grew, and
Thank
you know,
you.
yeah.
I'm so
So
grateful to you. Like, you were there for me in my initial days. I remember, sending you email, asking things, and you were always so helpful. And and if at some point I'm able to do that for anyone, I would be super happy.
it just I felt that why wouldn't I why wouldn't I reply to somebody's email who is honest and
That's
nice
what
and
I love about, artist community. They are always so supportive and helpful, and not like, oh, why should I share my knowledge? So that's the best part of being on this creative journey. You meet so many wonderful people who are willing and be there to, support you, to give you help whenever you need it. So
Totally.
it's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
And I'm really happy that you are creating a special community of these empowered artists, and I really hope, you get a lot of success with that.
I have a I have a good feeling about it. So
Yeah,
that's my main guide. I go with the flow just like you do, and I use my gut feeling. And my gut feeling is telling me that this is something it's special and it's needed, and
absolutely.
it's gonna be very
Absolutely.
it's gonna be very successful and valuable, and most importantly, it will change lives.